My name is Elle Little, and I've had the opportunity to work closely with Tina every month and help to point her in the right direction. She's one of the most interesting individuals that you would ever want to help point. What I'd like to talk to you today is about how we determine our own legacy. There's a powerhouse of women in this room. Everybody has had the opportunity to be able to look at things, and I like to analogize that to thinking about feminist issues as the hub of a big wheel, and we're all coming at it as spokes that support that wheel and make it turn. But what about ourselves? We always seem to defer to either our families or our places of business or, well, I've got to get this done for work first. But I'd like to talk about making our own independent legacies as a part of this. Now, we have more than 50 years of active feminist contributions that we could sit here and talk about until the sun went down. But we all have an interesting story to tell. And I mentioned that our feminist movement is somewhat like a wagon wheel. But a family legacy is a little bit different than just thinking about an inheritance. An inheritance is something that we give, which is things in terms of material possessions, or maybe a bracelet or a pin that was given to you by your mother that you then give on to someone else, etc., etc. But a legacy is something that you have the opportunity to shape. A legacy is accomplishments, benefits, actions, and guidance that you demonstrate in your lives with the idea of having all of this be carried forward to future generations. Think about your passion for the things that you have done over the course of these last years. And think about how important this is for those who come beyond, who are going to be there in another 30 or 40 years when we no longer are here. So a legacy is something that actually refers to how you are going to be remembered by others, while an inheritance refers to monetary or natural goods, material goods that you hand down. So, for example, today we have Tina talking about 3 things she wants to accomplish before she's 90. We have Mary Jean, who's going to be talking to us about the veteran feminists of America. We have the coordinator of the largest African-American video oral history collection here today. These things are as different from one another as they can be, but there's no reason that each of these women or representatives of those 3 major topics for consideration today can't take that and put it online to develop their very own links to their own natural legacy. So a legacy of your role as a woman can be included in your own genealogy. Now, we think about genealogy and we think, oh my gosh, that family tree business, I don't know how that would ever work. But over the course of the last 20 years, there have been many different websites and different opportunities for us to build simple family trees in a way that accesses data that has been drawn from all corners of the world to start our own heritage. Now, obviously, if you have a family tree, it's called tree because it's like a tree, and you are the trunk. And then you have one generation of parents, another of grandparents, etc. For descendancy, we have information that goes sideways to represent all of our aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers, and their progeny. But I'd like to tell us that there are many websites that you can use to get started. I have a handout that I'm going to be giving you which shows 6 different opportunities for just clicking on and starting a family history of your own. But when you think about it, the reason this is going to be so simple and yet so important is this. No matter what website you use, each person who's on that family tree has a little square which is called person. That's you. So if you went and looked at your family tree on your computer, you could put your cursor right over that person and click. And then all the information about that person comes up. And for example, in a big website called FamilySearch.org, when you click on an individual person, there's a link of various tabs that you can click on, and one is called Memories. When you click on Memories, you then have the opportunity to be able to import data to put a total profile about yourself personally and links to all that you have done professionally. So this is going to be a way to make kind of a chain link fence that links all the different things that you have done. And for example, you mentioned the lady where her caregiver came and had never seen a thing about her professional work. If she had had the opportunity to do this or to have it done, she would be able to put on pictures, she would be able to link oral histories, she would be able to put in documents. If we had Tina's documents from the Federal Women's Project scanned, they could be imported directly and used by all. Or she could be able to have other little videos that went on. So these are the records in Memories. They can be updated either if you had bunches of pictures, you can scan them and update them, and then when you're doing a particular memory, you can just import them from the gallery you have planned. But you may also use this software to be able to find documents and information from any place on the web or on the computer. So in closing, I'd like to say, line upon line, precept upon precept, our feminist history can be remembered in our own family trees and our family histories, as well as these organizations that we have made our life's work. Thank you.
Very good. Very nice. Thank you.